A Gangster's Tale, also known as Siberian Education, is a crime thriller film recommended by a friend of mine. This one has John Malkovich as the grandfather of his own grandson, whom he trains. They're like immigrants in a small town, village of sorts, and they do crime stuff. And he's got a friend who's a bit more of a psycho. The two of them grow up and go into different paths. The psycho kid, Grigorin, he basically goes to prison after a job, and then he gets released and he falls down a wayward path, while the other one does not. And we're sort of jumping between three different timelines. There's them as children, there's them as young adults in their 20s, and then there's the present day where they've already fought in things and they're fighting in like large conflicts and things like that. It's a very tumultuous time. I think the main draw of this movie is John Malkovich. He's pretty good as the sort of patriarch of the film. I think that everyone else doesn't do a very good job, though, so that sort of brings the film down a little bit for me, and I felt like the main conflict of the story was sort of beating around the bush until we get a very anticlimactic film. I guess the movie should have played around with the grandfather character a little bit more. John Malkovich feels almost like a side character in his own film. He does have some cool moments, and he's dedicated with the tattoos and the accents. There wasn't enough Peter Stormare, though. He's barely in the film. He's the tattooist. The younger actors, they do okay, but there's not much in terms of story. There's just two of them basically just coming to a conflict. Something terrible happens to a character, and then the two of them have to go at it at the end. It's something we've seen before, when you see two characters who are almost like brothers, basically getting separated and going down different paths and eventually having to go up against each other. It should be more biblical and more emotional, but the movie's not like that. So overall, Gangster's Tale is a good effort, but I didn't dig it that much. I gave it a 4 out of 10.